is Kennedi Stephens. I graduated in July of 2017 and I majored in marketing. I'm a senior marketing specialist for U.S. loss adjusting at a claims management firm, which is a global company. I do a little bit of everything. When you think of marketing, digital marketing, social media, tactile, event marketing, just kind of run the gamut. And I run that for all of our U.S. loss adjusting division, which is a lot. I also am the senior marketing consultant for Bond House, which is a local DIY house music venue in Atlanta. And that I really just get to help put in input and ideas for different ways to get bands to come in, touring bands, local bands to come perform at the venue, which is really, really cool. It's been a great experience. And then unofficially, I'm like the dad of my band and the like unofficial manager, keeping all the kids in line, so. It's pretty cool. I will say it feels like walking into a certain energy space. Like there's just a vibe when you walk into the house. It's like an inspiration kind of thing. You walk in, you see all the stuff on the walls and you remember all the things that you were able to learn and do and get to be a part of in this house and as a part of the program. So it's cool. It's nostalgic. It's like, it makes me feel really old, which is great, but I love it. It's always been a safe space for me, this house, so. I performed at the MEBUS house. We did kind of our class performance where people got to sign up and just perform whatever form of art that they were comfortable with or wanting to pursue. And it was actually one of my first performances I ever did solo, just by myself, me, my guitar, and my loop station, very Ed Sheeran vibes. And I remember being so incredibly nervous, but my friends and roommates came and supported, and it was like one of my best experiences I've ever had in my life because it was like so validating. It made me have confidence in wanting to perform. And I remember the first song I did was like an a cappella loop station only kind of thing with just my vocals, and it was so much fun. And that's how it all started for me performing by myself. The second one I would say would be sharing my first song that I ever recorded, like officially recorded with full production that Danny and I worked on together. Just that whole process of recording, laying everything down, just getting to know more about myself as an artist and also getting to be very hands-on with the creation process. And then sharing it was very vulnerable, but it also was empowering because I was around a lot of other people like myself who are creatives, and it made me feel like I could share all of it, like the lyricism that I put into it, just the thought process behind it, because the people listening, they get it. They know what goes into making a song or putting your art out there into the world. So it was scary, but it was fun. It's like I talk about MEBUS all the time in my life. Like when people ask me, what did you study or where did you go to school or what are you passionate about? Like I talk about the MEBUS program, and it's like a staple in my life. It was something when I was getting ready to go into college, I was encouraged by friends, family to pursue chemical engineering at Georgia Tech. And I almost did. And then I was like, I don't want to do that. I'm not passionate about it. I want to do music. I want to be able to be a part of something that I feel excited about. And the MEBUS program was a big part of that. And I remember being scared to apply because I was like, I don't know if I'm good enough. I don't know if I'll be able to make it in. And so now to think back on being a part of the beginning of that, it feels like a little bit of like a legacy. Like I feel like I get to be a part of something bigger than myself, and to see all the creatives that have come from the program, come through the program, and then to be supported by people like Keith and Danny, who have still to this day I can reach out to and say, hey, do you have any opportunities? Is there things that I can be working on for my band? It's really cool. I feel very lucky to have been a part of it. My favorite MEBUS project was, and I don't know if students still do this in the program, but we had to pitch a new cruise idea for Sixth Man. And Sixth Man, I don't know if you guys or anyone at the program still works with them, but they do these themed cruises that have some sort of entertainment as the main draw to the cruise. So they had one for like an Impractical Jokers cruise, or they had, a Paramore had their own cruise, and you have all these bands that you're on a ship with some of your favorite artists and you get to watch them perform every night. It was just like the coolest concept. And so Sixth Man every semester, I think, would have the students all get into groups and pitch a new cruise to them. And if your cruise got chosen, not only would they pursue trying to make that cruise come to life, but you also got to go on one of the cruises for free. And I'm extremely competitive. It's one thing about me. And so this is the reason I remember it. We didn't win, okay? My group didn't win, but we had the best idea, and I will stand by that for the rest of my life. Our cruise idea was to do a cruise centered around YouTubers and content creators. And what's funny is the feedback that we got at the time we came in second place, and the feedback we got at the time was that they didn't know how sustainable that industry was yet. Which now, of course, in 2024, going into 2025, we know that all we are surrounded by is influencers, content creators, now TikTokers. So six man, if you're ever interested in making this cruise a reality, hit me up, because I have all the specs. I have everything already planned out. Our main attraction at the time was going to be Jenna Marbles. It was Jenna Marbles' entertainment cruise, and the tagline was off-screen, offshore, and offline. How good is that? So shout out to my team, my group members for that. It was so good. And I'm still just the slightest bit salty we didn't win, but if you can tell. But I will say that was my favorite project because we got to pitch it to the entire six-man team. We got to actually put together from scratch an entire marketing plan and how would we make it work and what would be the big draw. And so, yeah, the things that I learned at MEBUS definitely still impact me